Welcome to the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast, a Shadowrun 4th Edition actual play podcast. My name is Paul, and I am your host and GM. The player characters are given voice and agency by Veronica, playing Cecile, aka College Girl, a literal college girl who finds herself abruptly entangled with the Sixth World's shadows. Elizabeth, playing Grace, aka Nightingale, a literal pony on a quixotic self-imposed research expedition to the Sixth World. Valerie, playing Ollie, aka Boxer, ex-merc and literal Catwoman, who now plies the shadows in search of redemption. And finally, Kat, playing Deandra, an elven ex-cop who is in search of her brother in Seattle and is literally prettier than any elf has any right to be. Follow along as we muddle our way through the Shadowrun 4th Edition rules. Please feel free to contact us on the Hard Knocks Sorority website.
Yeah.
I do want to ask, so Cecile's money is all gone, correct?
You have no way of checking at the moment.
This is true.
Buy money.
Yeah, so I hope you spent it all. I hope you didn't keep a bit in reserve.
You can't do that for you.
Of course Cecile would. I just didn't track it. In universe, Cecile has lost a fair amount of money.
Or Cecile.
Yeah, she's lost a lot, not just money.
She's lost her future. That's okay. She can now have a life of crime.
Life in the shadow.
No, she's still a sinner. She's just also actively being hunted.
Yay.
All
Even
right, so
better.
Grid Guide enters, drives out through, it's a good 40-minute drive from where you're at in Auburn to your safe house in Puyallup. And Puyallup is very close to an active volcano. So where Auburn is an industrial blue-collar place that is dirty and grimy from industry, and Puyallup is a industrial part of town that is dirty and grimy from a thick layer of soot and ash from the volcano. It's a place where that same soot and ash pretty much covers everything, gets into everything, and is basically makes everything fairly unpleasant.
Your friend's contacts had better be worth this. Do you know how hard it is to wash this stuff out of my fur? It takes a long time. You'd guess.
So you get to describe your safe house.
What am I doing? Right. It's pretty Spartan. The only things that are like even close, the only things that are above, just being like absolute crap are the security and the necessities. The neighborhood is kind of a dump. Squatter is what I have it listed as, and the comforts, entertainment, they're bad. It's kind of just like a, imagine it's like someplace that got abandoned, or it has just cheap rent. Nobody wants it because it's in the middle of a fucking industrial wasteland with a volcano nearby, and it's like run down and whatnot. So she bought it on the cheap. It's hers
Okay.
now.
So I want to clarify, we're going into Barrens? The Puyallup Barrens?
No. Barons? No.
Not the Barrens. You're in Puyallup though.
Okay. So
Which
it's just
is-
a minor hellscape.
It's a hellscape due to nature rather than a hellscape due to man.
What an improvement. It's all natural suffering.
So, yeah, you enter Puyallup, and of course, Cecile, you've never been there, and I don't know if Grace has either, but as you drive through Auburn, the industrial blue collar type stuff falls away. It's still very industrial, but now you're seeing everything's just all very gray, even more so, covered in soot and ash. Everything's dirty and grimy. The people look downtrodden, more downtrodden than Auburn, and dirty and grimy. It's definitely a place that you wouldn't go to normally. And the van pulls up in front of what looks like a small apartment building that's, Cecile would say this place should have been condemned years ago and torn down. And it stops. And, well, I guess Boxer gets out And you guys are there. You're at the destination.
Cecile hesitantly leaves the vehicle.
You're almost instantly feel like you're covered in a layer of greasy soot.
Cecile starts coughing.
Does see why I wear this thing now?
Does it
Grace.
at least have running water?
Yes, you can take a shower. This is one thing I'm not willing to give up. Not with all this. She
Grace, you get
gestures
out
probably
and
her arm.
you are instantly covered in a noxious, greasy soot and ash that's getting into your fur.
All right, let's get inside.
Cecile runs inside.
The good guy, even though it's unmanned, seems to peel out of there with
Um,
some alacrity as well. The dog brain said, "I'm out of here."
Night, Grace. Well, I imagine she doesn't quite want to put it all on the sidewalk with it being as messy as it is. But she eventually does
I mean,
because she
Boxer's
knows
gonna
that the
help,
car
and
is
she's
going to leave as soon
pretty.
as she
She's
gets
a big
out.
cat lady, big butch cat lady.
Yeah, and she's going to hand the stuff over to Boxer. I imagine while she's doing this, at a certain point, as she keeps going, switching back and forth to the from Boxer to the stuff in the car, like maybe the second time she turns, Boxer notices that Nightingale's bleeding from the nose. It's very distinct because her blood it glows this strange neon red color. But she doesn't even react to it at first, and then eventually she hands off the last thing to Boxer and gets down, and awkwardly wipes at her nose with her
Something to do with
hardy
your magic, I
sleeve.
assume.
Doesn't he? I think it's more just air quality. I
Pretty
need
sure the
oxygen
oxygen doesn't
too,
produce bleed,
and
but
you know.
get inside. The air is purified. Or, but as pure as it gets out here.
Grace closes the
Yeah.
door,
So
and
this is
Cecile immediately goes into the bathroom and locks the door, if she can.
She can't.
yeah. I don't think she can. You're lucky there's a door. That's the sense you get, and to be honest, you might be even a little bit more worried about going into the bathroom than you are standing in this sort of dingy, drab main room that appears to be, sort of an efficiency apartment with a kitchen, dining area combined with a living area. I think the place has a single bedroom, a sofa, a trid screen. It's very sparsely furnished.
The only saving grace is that it's clean, or was. There's a bunch of ash on the floor now, but
Yeah, it gets through the ventilation system. You can't help it.
Cecile still goes into the bathroom and closes the door. You get the impression she's going to be a while.
no, just done.
did Boxer
Ton of
take any
stun.
physical damage?
Yeah, you're feeling exhausted. It's been a long morning. So we're probably about 2 in the afternoon at this point.
You know what I feel like? Nightingale? I feel like utter shit.
What's that?
God, how many of those stupid stun bolt or whatever did I take? 3. Fuck.
Now,
Yeah,
you
I
feel
was
like
gonna say
utter
I counted
dreck.
3.
Oh no, she feels like shit.
The Shadowrun
Nobody can censor
publishers can't
Boxer.
censor her. But Nightingale, she as they come in and she looks at the bit of suit that's gathered on the floor. She says,
Yeah,
do you
probably.
have a broom?"
She gestures towards a corner vaguely, where there's some stuff stuffed over in there.
Ollie she just collapsed right as soon as she
Yeah,
was in.
pretty much. She's on the
Was that
couch.
what I
She's
heard?
like, she looks like she's about to crash.
Grace takes the broom and she begins to sweep. Out of curiosity, would you say that a broom counts as a device for the purposes of analyzed
No.
device?
So you can't get broom proficiency?
Damn it. This is so terrible. But she knows how to sweep, and she's going to gather it up into a neat little pile and then use the broom plus her psychokinesis to scoop it up, and I don't know where I should put it.
Spin.
She'll say that out loud. I don't know where I should put
Spin.
this.
It's in the
Where?
kitchen.
Grace
Oh,
plods
did,
off into the kitchen and dumps it
no, they're
out.
still here.
Gives it a good few
At that point,
whacks.
Grace, you get a text message on your comm from Miss Magnumfoot. Question mark? Tree emoji? Oh, yes,
I call her.
little pony. Where are you? I thought you were coming.
Hi. So, okay. So, change of plans. I'm not coming home tonight, and the human is not coming with me whenever I do come home,
Okay.
which will probably be tomorrow or
Trouble?
the day after.
Did you find trouble?
I had found trouble earlier in the day, but the reason why there's a change of plans is not because of trouble. In fact, this is probably the safest
Oh,
situation
okay.
for Pines.
Well, you can let me know if you need help.
I will. Thank you,
See
Miss
you
Magnumfoot.
soon.
I really appreciate you.
Mm.
See you soon. She hangs up.
All right. So, Boxer, you're out on the sofa. Cecile has retreated to the bathroom, and Grace is standing somewhat aimlessly in the kitchen area.
Food. Food. Time for food. Is there any food in the cabinets? She's gonna open all of the cabinets.
Oh my God,
every
calm
single one of
down.
them.
God.
At the same time.
Just, look, don't touch the rations.
It's like a
Don't,
scene from the
don't touch the rations. The fridge.
I was going to make you
Look,
something to
You can
eat.
get the food, but you see those MREs? Do you even know what an MRE is? Good. Yes,
No, we're
don't
ready to
touch
eat.
those. Those are emergency food. We have something in the fridge.
He goes to look at the something.
Soy. Bunch of soy stuff.
What is it?
Yep,
Hopefully
soy
non-perishable soy
wafers,
stuff.
krill wafers,
Nothing
fermented soy
exciting.
sauce, soy paste, flavor packages to put into the various soy products. A couple of bottles of water, actually, because the water in Puyallup is terrible.
He's going to grab a bottle of water for himself and for Ali. And I suppose she's going to try and make something.
Okay, so
for
the
Ali.
water that's coming out is probably like colored, right?
Yep,
Ew.
and it smells.
You hear a scream
Ew.
from the bathroom.
Aw.
The horror is
I
starting
think
to.
that was a reaction to the water.
Cecile starting to become aware of the horrors.
Just to make sure, Nightingale is going to class clairvoyance and just peek into the bathroom real quick. But that would be, I don't even know how the range works. That would be a let's just cast it at a force of 4. Wait, why didn't it do it?
No.
Did it do it?
Well, how are you getting
Magic
into the
plus-
bathroom?
Oh,
Can you?
you can look through walls with clairvoyance.
How?
Yes, it's because the camera, it moves within the range of your body.
I was under the
If
impression that like you can move
hold
it.
on, let's look
It's
at
like
it.
you see and you cast clairvoyance somewhere, and then you can move clairvoyance somewhere else that it can see. But if like you can't see where it's going, you can't move there. That's how I was reading it.
It's within the sensory. Okay, it's within the sensory range of the spell. That is how it works. So, yeah, you can put it through walls. I would be able to peek into the room.
Paul, do you have any opinion about that?
I'm
use
just
edge for
reading this
that.
spell right now. Subject can see distant scenes as if physically present at a chosen point within the sensory range of the spell. The visual point may be moved to any other point within the range of the spell. The subject cannot use normal vision or astral perception while using it. The spell does not translate sound, only vision. Any augmented visions possessed by the subject does not function through the spell, nor does astral perception. Magicians cannot use clairvoyance to target others with spells. So I think it does sound like you can use it within range of the spell. So she can see the door, and it's within range. She can basically look through it.
Okay.
So I could peek inside
Is
just to make sure
what
she's
does the
not hurt
shower
or
look
anything.
like? I assume it's a shower.
It's pretty run down, a tattered, vinyl shower curtain on a rusted shower rod. Just sort of a hose pipe sticking out of the wall.
Right,
with
but is there
single
like a
rod.
thing to seal, like a shower curtain?
Yeah, just a regular old dingy vinyl shower curtain hanging off of the
Cecile
curtain.
definitely has that pulled.
So she's trying to take a shower,
Yes, of
and
course she is.
she's realizing that the only thing that's going to come out of the shower head here is some nasty, smelly, greasy water that doesn't seem to be getting hot either.
Cecile doesn't bother then. She's probably starting to put her clothes back on.
All right. So it's up to you guys. Do you want to just say we're gonna rest here for the night and get back your stun track, or is there other things that you want to do during this time period?
That would probably be wise. I have some questions for Cecile, but I don't think she'll answer any of them.
Well, we can ask. I mean, does Cecile imagine that once Cecile realizes that the shower is not going to work the way she wants it to, she comes back out?
Correct.
Grace has prepared a small meal for Ali with liberal use of flavor packets so that it's not terrible, as well as some water to drink. And she offers it up to Ali, who she's sprawled out on the couch right now.
She'd she'd take it gratefully. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, Cecile, we have
no,
waters in the
thank you.
fridge if you want one.
Is there somewhere where Cecile can lie down that doesn't look too grimy?
Yeah, it's clean. The interior, as Box said, the interior of the apartment's generally clean. It nothing's really grimy except for the fact that you
Right.
through the filter every now and then you get a little bit of a puff of ash or soot, and the water's nasty.
Cecile lies down somewhere and occasionally coughs really badly. I don't know, is there a couch?
Is she lying on the floor?
Boxer's on the couch.
Is there a bed?
There's a bed.
Cecile takes the bed.
So is Cecile basically just having difficulty processing the situation?
Yeah.
Nightingale, at some point, goes and loiters at the doorway and looks at Cecile. And I imagine there's a moment where Cecile looks back at her and they just stare, and then
Yeah.
Nightingale backs off. He's going to go make small talk with Boxer, but that's probably all we're gonna do for tonight.
So the night is uneventful, so everybody can regain their stun. I think you gain a full stun since you ate and you rested.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, well, no.
What about physical?
Physical is going to be a little bit more challenging unless you have.
Boxer has a med kit if necessary, and she has medical training. And of course, there's magic with the pony.
No.
If Cecile is the only one with physical, I could heal her.
No.
You can't heal
At
via
least
magic
I don't think
physical
so. That would be
drain.
kind of broken.
No, I don't think you can.
Do you have to rest it off then?
Mm-hmm.
You have to rest it, yep.
Oh, ow. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oof, bone hurting juice. Well, yeah, they're done.
I should mention, Cecile at this point looks a little pale.
Physical damage cannot be healed through rest. If the character has stun damage, the stun damage must be healed first.
Oh, jeez.
Can we not heal it with magic?
Yeah,
Does she need
And
how long does it take to heal physical damage again?
Oh God.
Like 6 hours.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah. So stun damage, make a body plus willpower, extended test. The character must rest for an entire hour for it to count. Each hit heals 1 box of stun damage.
Oh, can we refresh our edge?
No.
Oof. Okay.
So go ahead and make that test.
Yep.
4.
So each hit heals 1 box of stun.
Cool. So I got rid of the stun.
Yep. And then for physical, it's a body times 2 extended test for a day. So that's a whole day. So you guys are resting from 2 p.m. It would basically be from 2 p.m. till 2 p.m. the next day to do your physical damage. And each hit again heals 1 box of physical.
Say that again?
Well, I suppose.
I didn't catch the test I need to make.
Body times 2.
Cool.
No.
Ow.
Oh no. No hits.
Yeah, Cecile is sick.
Yeah. Obviously the magnitude of the situation and the physical environment are not conducive to
Proper
fully resting
rest.
and healing. But we'll say Boxer and Nightingale, whatever stun you had, you heal up over the next 24 hours.
Or Cecile.
Yeah. So, at this point, it's sort of up to you guys and, what your plans are. Boxer's probably regretting to some extent her, need to be a good deeds vigilante. She's gotten roped into a situation that's both dangerous and potentially expensive with little outlook on recompense. Cecile's obviously had her whole world crash down, and Nightingale's probably a little bit perplexed as to the situation too, because like, how did we get into this? How did we get here? But so, it's up to you guys. How do you want to proceed? Do you want to?
Cecile is going to nag Boxer to take her to a stuffer shack or something and to get an RFID tag eraser.
Is a tag eraser something you can get at a stuffer shack? Is it restricted at all?
Let's look. Let me check. I can just look on Chummer. Tag eraser is no, you cannot.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's a 6F.
Oh, wow. Oof, okay.
I should also mention, we should probably. I need to ask: does Cecile have like a tracking RFID thing on her?
Not that you know of.
Okay. Would her comlink?
Her comlink probably does not. You probably have an ID badge or something, and it's probably was in the bag that Alice took from you.
In that case, Cecile is going to boot up her comlink in hidden mode.
Okay. Yeah, it's you've got all sorts of messages, text messages from your roommate, from your girlfriend. Did we have a name for your girlfriend?
Yes, Lexine.
Yeah, so you've got messages from Lexine, you've got messages from your father, from what was his name? Well, the the rigger that you had called.
Yeah. Well, she'll check the Krillsex message first.
It's basically just everything okay?
He'll text back an emoji of a thumbs up,
Okay.
probably with like explosions going on in the background because, sass.
Yeah, the messages from Lexine are basically similar to what you got from Zoom. Where are
Mhm.
you? Are you okay? What happened? People came by, were asking about your. The messages from your father are a little bit more dry and distant.
Mhm.
Telling you that you should get your life in order, and that things are falling, that you've let things go fall apart, and you should basically go back to the authorities, and everything would get cleared up.
Cecile responds to Lexine and her roommate, but doesn't respond to her dad. Left on red.
Okay, left on red. And so you ask Boxer to take you to a stuffer shack.
Correct.
I.
Um,
No,
go
it's,
ahead.
yeah, fine. Come on.
Are you taking Grace with you?
No, Grace, unless she's asking to come.
I suppose I'll stay, I guess, alone. Nothing to do.
Consider a restful.
Yeah, the stuffer shacks in Puyallup are just as
Boxer's
grimy and run
coming.
down as everything else.
Boxer's coming. She's worried that Cecile will get mugged.
Actually, before Cecile leaves at some point, she will cast Let's see. I want to cast fashion on her blouse to fix it. I'll cast that at like sure. Only 2. I don't need any more stun to burn off before, you know. Actually,
You're just starting to feel better.
well, less tired at least. Okay.
While they are gone, Nightingale is going to take some what she feels to be artistic pictures with her camera, one through the kitchen window, and she's also going to set up a pillow fort with the rods
So
and
at
whatnot of
at
her
Boxer's
tent
house
in one
or
of the
safe
corners.
house, are there like boxes of noodles and stuff?
There are non-perishables, yes.
Okay. Cecile in the store buys like she knows where she's going. She gets like those noodle boxes with like a seasoning and sauce and stuff. Um Firstly, she gets like the spicy ass chili powder and those like black boxes. You know the noodles that have like the black packaging that say super spicy and shit. She gets like 4 of those.
Okay, that's sort of when you realize that you have no credit. You have no Nuyen in your account anymore.
Well, you gas mask. What's your name?
Call me Boxer.
Boxer. Lovely. You cover this?
How much?
Can't be more than like 15 million.
Yeah, it's just a couple of Nuyen. It's just soy noodles and stuff.
Soy and incredibly spicy capsaicin.
Actually, it's not even that you have no Nuyen. It's that you have no account.
Yeah, no.
Oh, oof.
And Cecile would have had money, except that she lost her bag.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. She pays, and
I mean, you could always use your comm, I'm sure.
Well, no, it was attached to the it was a cred stick.
Yeah, so you've got nothing.
poor girl. Oh wait, she pays for it. Trying to figure out what credits are. That's she has 350. Though I guess you could argue that it's included in the lifestyle costs because the safe house has its own. It's not insubstantial.
Yeah, it's part of your lifestyle class. Yeah.
All right.
Cecile probably also buys a bit more bottled water.
No complaints from Boxer about that.
Yeah, I imagine you guys are using it probably to wash since the tap water is so greasy and junky.
Yeah.
But when you get back to the apartment, you see that Grace has built some kind of pillow fort, tent fort.
Indeed, she has. It's it combines. It's taken over. Like a good quarter, a little bit more than a good quarter of the living room, and it's the blankets, probably including some that had been like in a closet or something, from the bed, and also like the hard polymer tarp that would normally be used for the tent. She's down there with a little sphere of obviously magical light hovering over her shoulder, fussing and nose in her grimoire. She looks up whenever the two of them enter,
Related,
but
but hey, Cat
just
2, how are
smiles
you
and looks
doing?
back down.
You're gonna burn through it. Well, at least I burned through it with all the stuff I got. Guns, so many
Old
guns.
people just have more money.
Oh, trust me, you will burn through more of it than you think.
Well, if you buy wear anyway.
Oh yeah, it's expensive, but very cool. Anyhow,
So at this point, we consider Cecile successfully rescued.
yeah.
The 3 of you are in a safe house in Puyallup.
Cecile doesn't.
No, Cecile doesn't. You all get 2 points of karma.
Ooh.
Ooh, funny points.
2 points of karma and no Nuyen.
Yay!
Can I make a roll to see if Cecile
Mission
finds
success.
an abandoned cred stick on the side of the road?
Okay, let's go for a threshold of 4 hits on a intuition and, well, what's perception? Just do a perception test.
Perception? Perfect. 2. No.
Not perfect enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of garbage on the roads, just trash, and everything's just gritty and grimy and black with soot and runoff. The people are very poor, and you can tell that anything of any value has been picked over and scavenged.
Cool.
How much downtime? Let me put it this way: a couple of options. So obviously, you could hide out and take some downtime.
I mean, Cecile still has physical damage.
Yep.
And she's probably not used to that. She's presumably rather inclined to rest.
So we can speed through the healing part of it and just say, whatever happens next, whether it's a couple of days of downtime, you heal your physical damage and you take care of any role playing, house cleaning type things that you want to do for your character in this situation. You can actively attempt to pursue clearing up what's happened, or
Cecile, yeah, actually, I do want to make a data search test
Mhm.
for Cecile. Let's look. Where's her? Oh, geez, I didn't. Did I not update the sheet to include her data search? Did not. How foolish of me. Data search. 4 plus, let's see, over plus 4, so she'll be rolling 8 dice. I got this wrong last time. She'll search the entire matrix. It's only a minute, so I don't know how many times you want me to roll. She's not in any hurry.
all right. So data search. So you're searching just for yourself.
Yeah, just anything that she hasn't seen before, yeah.
According to the search table, so general knowledge to public has a threshold of 6, limited interest or not publicized 12. Yeah, it basically goes up.
Let's say she searches for half an hour. That seems reasonable.
Okay.
So that would be 240 dice. I can lower it to 15 minutes if that makes you feel better.
Let's see if you get 6 or 12. How many hits you get on 240 dice?
Jesus.
If I bought hits, it would be 60.
Okay. Well, we can just do that. We don't need to roll them all.
Thank you.
It'll automatically count them.
Yeah. So
I
you're
was getting
you're
ready for it.
finding basically anything that's on the public net.
Yeah, or if there's something that's like on a hidden node or some, not a hidden node, but like she would get the indication that there's something on this node. She just doesn't know what it is. I think that's how it works. It's like you can know that there's something on a node, but not what it is if it's not public.
It says some information is protected and kept secret, stored in a node that is not accessible from the matrix,
Correct.
and so cannot be found without accessing the node on which the data is hidden.
Because unlike 5e, not everything is entirely wireless. You can have offline things.
Oh my God. No. Not in this day and age.
Yeah, so with 60 hits, you're finding, a lot of public information stuff. All or any of your social media type stuff is out there. It all seems fairly intact and benign. You're not seeing any, like all points bulletins or wanteds, or
Mhm.
you're not seeing any requests for information out there. You do notice that you don't seem to be listed as a student at Washington U anymore. You don't seem to be none of your information's showing up related to Washington U or the Evo program that you were on.
Interesting. Uh, let's see. I want to get those data searches out of the way. Um, hmm, I don't know what
Yeah, I
else.
guess there's some
Mhm.
other. There's looks like there's some other. You're seeing traces of other searches that are coming out of some specific areas of downtown Seattle and Bellevue about you. You're seeing logs and searches of various cameras that are accessible to the that are accessible publicly. Obviously, somebody is actively searching for you.
Interesting. I suppose the next thing would be I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes, so 40 dice, which seems a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah.
Just searching for anything about that shootout on the highway to see if it got picked up somewhere.
Okay. You want to just buy hits on that too?
I got 16.
Okay. Yeah. The incident in downtown was definitely picked up. It got last night. It got some play on some of the local news networks, and it's described as an attempted kidnapping, and that local security forces thwarted the kidnapping, and it basically just shows an aerial image of the white Mitsubishi night sky with a cloud of smoke around it.
Oh, geez. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's all for now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like probably somebody has gone to an effort to squash this being whatever happened yesterday from making a lot of noise. And
Mhm.
so some of the stuff's been erased, some of it's been downplayed, some of it, like the newscast is sort of a subterfuge where they're twisting it around to make it sound like some terrorists or some shadow runners or somebody tried to kidnap somebody and it failed.
Mhm.
Big victory for Knight Errant.
Of course. Yeah, no, can't think of anything else to search right now.
All right, in that case, how long are you guys planning, like Boxer and Nightingale? How long are you planning on staying at the safe house? I imagine you have other obligations and things that you need to do.
Well, Nightingale, at least currently, she doesn't really do the whole planning thing. Life, it's a day-to-day thing, you know? In fact, the job would probably have been something she would plan for, but that
Mm.
kind of just dropped into her lap. She's taking it at her own
So
pace,
you're
learning things
basically
about the
taking this as
world.
an opportunity to sort of learn about
Um,
Puyallup and go out and invisible and check out the area.
mhm. Well, I don't know if she's going to
It's
go
pretty
out with
bad.
the atmosphere being what it
Most people
is.
wear, some kind of mask or breather.
Yeah,
And Boxer,
I
you have a
suppose. Let me look
part-time
at my
job at
spells.
a
Yeah, but
convenience
it's 10
store in
hours a
Lincoln.
week.
Yeah.
So,
So it
Poor Boxer.
could be that the owner, Fred gives you a call though at some point and asks you to come in for a couple of hours.
yeah, she'd go for it. And
Um,
when she comes back, she's gonna stop by her place, her actual place, grab some fun toys.
Paul, I wanted to mention, Cecile is definitely browsing like MagicNet. Probably has like friends on there or something.
okay.
It's like a social network for mages.
Yeah. Okay.
Up for it?
It's at,
It's an Auburn.
it's in Auburn, it's at Fred's store. You don't know who Fred is. Oh, actually you do, you mentioned him before.
Fred. Yeah. Fred. The story with Fred and Itra hasn't happened yet.
No.
Technically, if it's part of the canon, it hasn't happened yet. If it's not part of the canon, then it won't happen. Then it happened in an alternative universe. Not at all.
Mhm.
What color are your eyes? So you're definitely a character that people would notice or take note of. Yeah. So in the next couple of days, as things are settling down and Cecile's settling down and getting into these searches, and Boxer sort of gets a call from Fred, um, and he just, as usual, he just sort of calls you up and says, "Hey, Boxer, you think you could come in for a couple of hours this afternoon?"
Yeah, I can do this.
Okay, great. Itra's got a thing at school I gotta go attend to, so appreciate you covering the store for a couple of hours. It won't be more than 3 at the most.
Yeah, no worries. Uh, Così ho dato make you proud.
All right, you've got the door codes.
Yes, I'll be over then.
Yeah, so you grab a grid guide.
Mhm.
Okay, so you grab a grid guide. It's about a 45-minute drive actually over to Fred's place, and let's say it's about 3 days since you've rescued Cecile, and it's in the afternoon. Store's usually not super busy at this time of day, so you notice when Kat. What's your character's name?
Oh, right.
Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter since we don't know.
He just brings her up after eyeing her up some eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem. Well, it'd be digital, but
Yeah, so I imagine Boxer hasn't seen somebody who looks quite like that ever. So that makes you think right there.
freak show to another.
Boxer, as you're sort of shaking your head, wondering what that was all about, you get a comm call, and you look at your comm, and it's the contact that you had saved as downtown barista girl, which was Kirstin.
She picks up.
Hey, Boxer.
Hello. I'm on the clock right now. What's up?
Oh, Mo called me. He said that he's asking about when you guys are going to come pick up your vehicles.
Get my compatriot. You don't have a number. Get Cecile on that one then, if you believe it to be safe. If not, I can send you my compatriot's number.
I haven't heard anything. Nobody's said anything at school, so I don't know what's going on. But Mo says that they need to get the vehicles out of the loading bay areas because they've got their shipments coming in.
I could get my bike out, but all right, I'll contact. I'll get them out of your hair.
Okay, great. How are things going?
They're going fine. Just laying low.
Okay, well, let me know if you need anything. Like I said, I owe you one.
All right. You make sure you keep safe, all right?
She's gone already.
College kids. She quickly texts. She quickly texts Nightingale to move her van, like bring it, do whatever. She doesn't care, and she routes a command through her comlink to her bike to go to the safe house.
Ooh,
What?
it's in storage currently. It's inside of a building. So if you tell it to move
It has a
now,
pilot
unless
program,
it's
so
smart
it
enough
has
to
to
not
move
do
down.
that, it's going
Should
to.
have to actually swing by and pick it up.
It's
Alright.
it's not in a building. It's just under an overhang.
Oh,
Or
in that
It's
case, the
basically a
bike's
loading area, but it's
Oh.
got a roof over it. So the trucks pull in and out, and right now they just need to get their shipments in.
well, in that case, the bike's moving itself, and Nightingale has been texted.
okay. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to pick up my car. I guess I could take a grid guide there, but would it even be a good idea to try and store it in like, you know?
That's
What
up
would
to you.
Nightingale do?
So keeping it, I'm worried about keeping it in
Puyallup?
the
Puyallup?
Lapua. Is that what it's
Puyallup?
called?
I don't know how it's pronounced.
Puyallup. I'm concerned about keeping it there because I don't want someone to break into it. You know, trying to find money
Yeah, that
or
could
things
happen.
of value to sell or whatever. I I'm thinking I wanna do business with one of my contacts anyway, so being able to have my own wills would be helpful. Which I would when it while Boxer when she texts me this, I'm going to text back that okay, am considering uh buying some things. Will be on town. What do with Cecile? Question mark.
No,
Did my internet just die?
people are just quiet.
No, I heard you.
Sorry, what's the term? That thing where you lose focus.
Zoned out?
Yes, zoned out. Yes, please. Sorry.
You need me to repeat? Nightingale, whenever Boxer texts through this, says in response, I think that I'm going to do some business on town anyway. I'll get my car. What do with Cecile?
You can stay there. I'm sure she won't do anything stupid.
Famous last
Mm.
words.
Totally.
Okay. But like, oh, period.
Oh.
Hey, period. He sends a smiley face. And I guess I'll go ahead and call a grid guide for myself, even though I'm sure Nightingale Grace hates it, an
Like it's
unmanned one
haunted.
specifically. No, she
Also
hates it
that.
mainly because it costs her new yen. It's haunted and it costs new yen. Objects should not act on their own. It's
Cecile, the
perverse.
word on MagicNet or whatever it was called, MagicNet. The word on MagicNet. Didn't you do you have a handle on MagicNet other than Cecile?
No, it'd probably just be her name. She's very basic.
Okay. So the word on MagicNet is that there is some talk on MagicNet, and it seems like the word there is that you were caught stealing some proprietary information from the lab and are on the run.
Cecile's probably actively posting her defenses of herself.
Oh, good. Oh, geez. All right, that's good.
Grace, is she has
Saying
Cecile
yes.
been laying in bed and she's just like on the bed which is noticeably missing some blankets and pillows now. Grace steps into the doorway and she says, hi, Cecile. I'm going to be going to get my car and I'm going to do some business on town.
Sure.
Are you going to be all right? I can see your fingers are still kind of
yeah,
dark.
I'll be fine.
Are they feeling better? Okie dokie. You don't have my number. Wait,
It's fine.
could you be using that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you sure it's fine? Because me leaving the house would be a perfect time
I
to
will be fine.
come and snatch you.
She'll be fine.
Okay, well,
Cecile probably exchanges
give me your
numbers. I will say, Cecile is not dumb enough to have Evo be her, like, matrix provider. And she could just turn it off if she needs. I assume Grace leaves after they exchange matrix numbers. Yes?
hello? Hey, sorry. My headphones got unplugged for a second. But yeah, if she's going to be staying, I'm gonna call the grid guy. As I said, and wait at the door
All
for
right.
it. Looking
Grid guide
at my
comes, picks you up. Where are you going?
and,
All right.
going to go get my van, my step van. What does a step van even mean? Does that mean it's baby van?
No, I'm not sure what it means, but it doesn't mean baby van. Yeah, so it's a little bit later in the afternoon. The club has opened up, and I guess we're going to call it the Thorny Troll.
Oh my goodness! I have the fucking Peter
Oh, God.
van. That's what a step
Oh,
van
no.
is.
Oh, honey. Oh, what are we gonna do?
As long as it doesn't say free
I
candy on the
highly
side, we're
Oh
good.
dear God.
It doesn't. I imagine it's some color other than
Better be.
white. That means I have a lot more storage space back there than I was thinking. And there's not even like
Could live in
back
the van.
seats. It just has like a back room. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Huh. Cool. But
Yep.
yeah.
The Thorny
pick up my
Troll is
van
seems to be
from
starting to get some
Mo.
activity around it at this time of day. So you pick up your van and you head out. You don't see Mo.
Okay. I would use improved invisibility while I'm doing this. Just because I don't want to have another situation like that. Mo was nice. He didn't freak out or anything, but don't need a repeat of that. I now want to
Isn't Jake
text
the racist
Jake
one?
once I get to somewhere that I can stop.
Mm.
Yes, Jake is the racist one.
Hey, horsey.
I text him, hey Jake! Exclamation point.
Long time no hear.
I want gun! Exclamation point.
Heck
Big
yeah.
gun!
I can get you
Exclamation
guns.
point.
What do you want? Wait, how are you going to use it?
Yeah. Magic.
He sent
She
sends
sends a
poop emoji
sparkle
back.
emoji. And then like a gif. A gif of like a magician from a trio doing some like overly
Jake
complex
is not
hand
fond of
gesture,
magic.
just her telekinesis.
He sent you a poop emoji when you said magic.
What did he send me? But she just sends a like a tongue out emoji, and she says, "But yeah, that's how. I specifically want a long rifle with a magnified scope. It's my own, preferably something I can remove and
All right.
replace
He
with something
sends you
lower
a
or just be
thumbs
out of
up and
sight."
says, "Do you know what you're looking for, or just something?"
Uh, I haven't actually thought about it at length. Um, I know that, as I said, I want a full body rifle, uh, Picatinny rails, and some kind of magnifying optic variable, maybe.
All right. He texts you back. He says, "If you don't know exactly what you want, why don't you come over tonight and take a look what we got, and you can pick something out. Just let me know before you get here,
Sounds
though."
cool. Do I know where exactly he works, or like where
Yeah,
he like
he
operates out
is
from?
located in Everett.
Ooh, that's
Yep.
kind of far. Hmm.
Actually, not Everett, Snohomish.
What hours? I'd ask.
Yeah, so
Snohomish.
it's up
God,
there.
that's so
It's about an
Washington.
hour's drive from
I
Boxer's safe house.
I would ask him what hours.
He texts
What
back
hours are good?
after sundown. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a
Thank you.
rancher, farmer.
Rancher.
He's a rancher, and so that's where you're going to go
Oh my
meet him.
goodness. I need to look at the where can I find a list of like the rifles in 4E?
Core
What
book
book would
is a
that be? Would I look at the core
start,
book,
and
or
or what else we got?
I think it's
Gun
Arsenal?
Heaven. There's a bunch of Gun Heavens. There's Gun Heaven 1,
Yeah,
Gun Heaven 2,
gun
Gun Heaven 3,
gun.
Mil Spec Tech.
Oh my
The Way
goodness.
of the
Of
Samurai
course, there's
probably
so
has
much
guns in
shit
it.
for guns.
Euro War Antiques has some interesting guns in it.
You could just pick a gun randomly.
Oh God, what's she gonna end up with?
Yeah,
This is a decision she should be making with like the resident gun expert with her.
Jake probably has some stuff in stock, but if it's not what you're looking for, he'll probably have to take some time to get it for you.
Let me let the dog out. He's crying and screaming,
Oh,
kicking up a
don't let him
fuss,
unionize.
unionizing.
Next thing you know, be consorting with cats.
Hey, I'll have you know we are perfectly respectful workers who would never unionize. Never. Mm-mm.
What was that?
Cats.
Who would never
Cats are
unionize?
too prideful to unionize.
I think
Every
that's
single
because they're
cat
already
thinks they
part of the
can
union.
negotiate for a higher wage individually.
I think they think they're part of the union already. They're born
That
into the
checks out
union.
to me.
This
The
is
union
true.
of cats.
Oh, evil on you,
Now, you know who's really unionized? Ravens.
evil.
They are.
You fuck with one of them, you fuck with all of them. It's
I
true.
love that way of saying it.
They literally impart knowledge of who you are to their children.
Yeah.
Hunted by generations of
Mm.
ravens.
Yes.
Unironically, yes.
That's
My
so
God.
fucking goofy. The M23 looks interesting. It also looks like it'd be fairly easy to get rid of that grip, so I can actually
one?
see the trigger. The M23, Colt M23, stripped down version of the M2 assault rifle, lacking any accessories. It's a good choice for those who have a very limited budget or prefer to modify their weapon. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take my van back to the safe house. And wait for sundown. Maybe text Boxer Ollie,
Yeah, so
I mean, about my plans.
Boxer, did you have the bike come back to Fred's place or Fred's store so that you could
Yes.
ride it back? All right. So
Uh,
we'll just say you guys are all back at the safe house late afternoon when you get another call, Boxer, from Kirstin, and she says, "Hey, Boxer, do you guys have time maybe on Saturday to meet somebody?"
Possibly. This depends on the capacity to attend. And
I've I've organized a meet with a fixer.
But I want to know the details.
I don't have the details yet, but I can tell you the name of the fixer. I've worked for him before, and I can tell you he's always been straight with me. He's a fixer. He's not a Mr. Johnson, but actually for this job that he wants to talk to you about, he is going to be acting as the Mr. Johnson.
All right. I can do this, but
Hey,
but of course this is something
sorry.
that I should
Continue.
discuss with the rest of, well, I suppose just with Nightingale.
Well, you guys talk, and I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you tomorrow with some details.
All right. Thank you.
I do not mean to distract too much, but I am looking at
God.
the arsenal
Don't
book,
even
and I saw this.
don't even look at the
and
gun
I
artwork. It's so bad.
Ew. Why? Oh God, the ergonomics.
what the
Oh my
fuck
God,
is
that's
that?
horrifying.
Why? Why is that?
Why is the magazine so big?
It's like
How
an
is it firing?
What?
Oh God, that's revolting.
it's like an MC Escher painting.
How does it even work?
It is the pistol version. It is the pistol version of the
A
popular
grenade
Arm
launcher?
Tech
Yes.
MGL-12 grenade launcher.
Which way is the front and where's the back?
So the trigger is facing forward, and the slide. Why does it look like a Glock if it's a
Grenade block.
Because if it's a grenade launcher, that means it would
Why is there a slide on a grenade launcher?
that means that it would. I know. I was about to say, why is there a slide there? Because like, wouldn't it
It's
use an
best
airburst?
not to think about the Shadowrun gun artwork, okay? We don't listen. I
Okay,
have talked about this
fine.
about the Fubuki, okay? The Metal Storm gun. It's best to just not think too much about it.
You know, I think I might actually tell Jake that I can't come over because I don't have enough monies, frowny face. Because now that I'm looking at the actual
Guns are
cost of these
expensive.
firearms, woof. I looked it up on the interwebs, and I think gun is too expensive. I'm sorry.
He sends you
I'll
another
have to hit
poop
you up
emoji.
another time. I send him a sparkle in return.
You and Jake are an odd couple.
Strange bedfellows we are.
Magic pony and a human racist. I don't know. Seems like a reasonable pairing to me.
Specifically,
Yeah.
someone who's racist.
He's
against
racist and he
magic.
doesn't like magic.
I've seen more dysfunctional relationships.
Yeah, there may be a trid
goodness.
sitcom that has some kind of similar theme.
That's hilarious. I love that. The
Yeah.
mage and her racist
Sort of an Archie
roommate.
Bunker kind of thing.
It's very unfortunate that I do not
It's funny because
have
I was
the
thinking,
money.
wait a minute, doesn't Grace already have a gun? And then I remembered, oh no, that was
Yeah.
the Fred store thing.
It makes the timeline a little bit weird because I'm sure everyone is now imagining Cecile constantly in like a houndstooth dress.
Yep,
No,
that's exactly how I think of Cecile.
I actually do have a gun. I have a Colt America. I just want a rifle, but I cannot yet acquire a rifle. Very unfortunate. I do not have enough Nuyen. I must
Don't worry,
acquire
Boxer's
Nuyen.
gonna be coming back
More
with
Nuyen.
a bag of guns. Not for you, unfortunately, but you can feel better knowing that there are a bunch of guns behind you. Yes, every
Okay.
girl should feel comforted by the presence of cold, hard American steel.
Okay, so wait. So what's the big idea now? What are
Boxer
we
is
doing?
coming back to discuss with you a job opportunity, and also if a guns. The guns are not
Oh my
real.
goodness.
You can't
Oh
have
my
them.
goodness.
You can touch them,
Aw,
but only when they're unloaded,
please.
with the safety on, and you don't point them at
I'll be
anyone or
gentle.
anything you don't intend to destroy it.
I know how to handle guns, okay? Ollie, gosh. I am a
Right.
professional. Frown. Angry face.
Yeah, so you guys are all back at the safe house now.
Nightingale has returned to the pillow fort and marked down in her journal in big text, bolded, and that she pressed down really hard. Guns expensive, like 1,000 expensive.
Much Nguyen.
She closes her book. Many much Nguyen.
All right, so Boxer, you're gonna tell the other guys about the potential job offer, or at least an introduction.
She's gonna tell Nightingale about it. As far as she's concerned, Cecile is just a job.
Wow.
I mean,
Goddamn, that's
until
Job
that's
you're not getting
cold.
paid for.
mm,
In fact, it's
She's not going
cost you
to-
money.
she's not going to rope some college girl who she thinks is incompetent and a little bit.
To be fair,
Yeah.
she is magical.
Fucking.
Yeah, she already has magic. Maybe she needs a face. No. Not happening. I already know how to go.
But yeah. Whenever Boxer says something about a job, Nightingale comes from the pillow fort. She emerges, and all her attention is on Boxer. Ears pricked, eyes forward. Job?
One that actually pays.
Another one of these?
Well, I suppose this is actually our payment. You're being offered a job as a result of your friends networking.
Can Cecile hear this conversation?
My
Oh
friend?
yeah.
Okay.
She would have directed that, Cecile.
Unless you guys are, yeah, okay. So yeah, she definitely heard it because the apartment's not that big. Unless Cecile's hiding in the bathroom.
No, not currently.
Are you sure? Bathroom's really nice. Really nice, yeah.
Yeah, your conversations on MagicNet are not being as fruitful as you would like. It seems most people are convinced that you are the bad guy.
How frustrating.
Yeah.
What did you say, Boxer, about a job?
It's look, Nightingale and I may have some work. The kind of work that is similar to what we did with you, though the details are rather unclear. It wasn't. Well, honestly, I don't know what it is. That's the whole point of meeting with the fixer. They are going to assess us and determine whether or not we are suitable for their use for their skills. And
Fixer,
then,
like in those bad Trid movies?
yes, like in those bad threat movies, your friend is involved in a lot more than just
Look,
messing
I don't
around
know anything
online.
about that, okay? She has her business and I don't ask.
Indeed. Well, her business appears to be involving us, so. And that's me and my associate here, not you. You're just. You just. Look. You just stay here, alright?
Perfect.
What
I
are you
can
going to
stay
do?
here and do something.
Oh, what? Would you rather come with us, get shot at again? I'm sure you'd just love that.
No, I'm waiting for you to throw a bill at me.
Huh. As if you could pay it. Couldn't even scrounge up 2 million for food.
Maybe she could work off
Oh,
her
I'm a
debt
prisoner now.
by
Work off her debt and do
telling
what
us
exactly?
about herself. I said maybe, and at this point, Nightingale has taken. She's on her haunches, and she has taken to leaning back and forth as she speaks. Tell us about herself.
She is a college
Maybe,
student.
just maybe.
A college student.
hmm I've
It
never
means
met
she
one of
doesn't have life
those. Not
skills.
here. I come from a college.
Well, I mean, I lived in a better house than this.
Is it true?
Yes, and do you know why you did? You did because mommy or daddy or something paid your way to get into a fancy university, while the rest of us worked our asses off with real jobs. Because all you did was.
My dad's not even that rich.
Oh, yes, not that rich. You see what I mean? She doesn't have skills. All she has is a little bit of magical talent. And what are we going to do with that, huh? You are to have that. Look, she's just. Why would we need her? Worse, why would they?
Oh, I didn't say we were going to
What,
take
like
her
an
on the job. I
interview?
just said that I wanted to ask her some questions.
And you going to
Yeah,
pay
like an interview.
me?
No, I saved
Thanks.
your life. You're welcome. Anyway, what do you know about the job? I hope it's not going to be as stressful as what we had to do today, or not. I mean, not today. Uh, whenever we got her, did they not tell you anything?
That
Do
is
we
what we're
even know
going
how
to
much we're getting
be
paid?
finding out. Look, I've not taken the job. This is us assessing the job and them assessing us. This is like I don't know what you have, where you come from. Did they look you over when you joined your commune? See what you were good at, determine what you would have to do, what they needed. It's an assessment. We assess them,
I
they assess
suppose
us.
assessment.
Right.
Oh, I had
Yes.
an assessment on my first day of magic school. I know. I get it. I get it. I get it now. But we don't have to accept them if they accept
Indeed.
us. We can choose to back out, right? Wait, but how does this work with me being
Hmm.
she motions? Like how if this is like official, big time, we kind of need uh a dialogue tree. We need to script that interaction, and also we need something that's not as attention grabbing as here is my friend from another world who is here to learn about our society, but she also is a
You,
criminal,
uh,
you know?
we may have to go with you being a paraclitter, and ideally you. Hmm,
You're
I don't
seriously not having the interview online?
online. Why would you do that?
They Nightingale just kind of stares
You
at
criminals are weird.
Cecile.
And a lot more stupid than I thought you would be.
Online can be observed, and especially now, you don't want that.
I- And in person, somebody can just look at you.
It's easier to detect unwanted observers in person than in those infernal black boxes that host that host the World Wide Web.
No,
Why do
there
they call it a
aren't.
web? Are there spiders? Oh goodness, are there spiders in the
No, it's a
Ah, what?
metaphor.
No?
Well, there are spiders.
Oh, okay. Ah!
Seal's looking at you both like, really?
Look, it's etiquette.
It's etiquette to walk up to somebody and ask them to do crimes?
It's etiquette to not hide behind a screen. And besides, they want to actually assess us, not assess what they look like behind a screen or a filter. We aren't cyber criminals. I do my work in the meat, and she does magic also in the meat.
Right. Which is why it's totally safe to walk up to somebody that you don't know who is a criminal and ask them if they'll let you do more crimes?
Oh, no, no. They want us to do crimes. They're offering and requesting.
Right. It's a very meaningful difference.
It is quite meaningful. They want something from us.
Right. Well, you have fun getting shot.
Meaning we have power.
I will.
Don't speak it. Do not talk like that. That's
I'll
unnecessary.
have
Which
you
We
know
is,
that
already know
being
the
shot
risk.
is part of the fun.
oh, good, an adrenaline junkie.
No, no, it isn't.
Wait,
I'm joking.
is it actually fun?
Don't let yourself get shot,
Oh, okay.
please.
Cecile is looking extremely confused.
So the story is
Yes,
I'm a paracritter.
you are a rather useful paracritter. Ideally, we will have you look like not what you are. You're quite distinct. And yes, I'm aware of the irony of me saying that.
But and I understand what you're saying.
You,
I look like an alien monstrosity.
you
I've
do
had it
not look like a monstrosity.
shouted at me
You
many
do look
times.
rather alien. You look too. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You just look like you came out of a cartoon or something.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I could be I don't know, a
Sure,
dog,
as long as
a
you're
magic
magically active.
dog. Would that work? I will not bark at them to cast my spells.
Fine.
I refuse on principle. But yeah, that sounds like it'll work to me. Are we going? How are we going to get there?
Well, you don't have a location yet. Kirstin said that she would call you back. The only thing she said that the meeting with the fixer, Mr. Johnson, would be on Saturday.
Kirstin has not gotten back with that information yet. For now, we get to decide whether or not we even want to bother. Of course, we don't know much yet, but part of the game.
Yeah, and what Kirstin said was that it was that it was an introduction. Basically, it's an introduction to the fixer, and this particular fixer happens to also have a job, so he'll be functioning as a Mr. Johnson as well. So it's basically an introduction for future work.
So how
Like,
far
Tuesday
is
or something, right?
Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's
No, wait,
probably
it was Tuesday before. Now it's like Friday or something.
yeah. It's been a couple of days now, so yeah, we could say that the meeting would be tomorrow.
Okay. I'm going to text Miss Magnumfoot, as I have every night up to this point, and say, "Hey, I don't think that I'm actually going to be coming back to Pines for a little while longer. Sorry. I'm safe.
She texts you back and
Don't
asks
worry."
if she needs to take care of anything at your house.
Nightingale thinks about it. Make sure that there's not bugs feasting on stuff down there, please. I don't know what they would be feasting on, but I don't want to come home and find them
Feasting on
crawling.
our worms.
Oh no! Not the worms! They were too young!
The Topps Company, Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company, Inc. has granted permission to the Hard Knocks Sorority podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Hard Knocks Sorority podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. The music for the Hard Knocks Sorority podcast was written and performed by Trace Mineral. The Hard Knocks Sorority podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons License 4.0, meaning you are welcome to use the material as long as you give us credit.